So welcome to the channel, everybody. I thought I put a load of videos of me on the channel, and I thought it's about time we had a one-to-one client, which is Neville. And so without further ado, I'm not going to do a long intro and all that sort of stuff and where we are and everything. I'll let Neville do the talking. So without further ado, Neville, who are you and where are you?
Hi Mark, thank you for inviting me onto your channel today. My name is Neville Douglas. I am based in Stoke-on-Trent, Staffordshire. If you don't know where that is, you've got Manchester to the north, Birmingham to the south, and we're right in the middle.
Brilliant. And what does I know we know you're in property because we're on a property channel, but what does your business do?
Okay, so I source investments for property investors. So basically, I save them time. I do this full time. So if they're looking for properties for themselves to invest in, then obviously I can save them time with that. If you're looking for to make profit on properties when you first go into the purchase of the property, we can do that via looking for discounts. Also, we can add value during refurbishment, and also you can get value at the end when you exit by sometimes forcing value to the property. So I source high yielding investments for property investors, basically.
Wow, brilliant. So what sort of price range are your sort of typical properties that you source for investors?
It depends what they want. If they want to avoid stamp, then obviously it's £125,000. If they want to go a bit higher, there's quite a wide demographic in Stoke-on-Trent. You're looking at areas where you can buy properties for £1 million. So if you're looking just to do, say, refurb, say, for instance, then there are different areas that you can go to, say, if you want to go to an area where you just want to do rental. So rental areas is the core of Stoke-on-Trent. Refurb, you'd look a little bit further outside of the core because you've got capital growth in those areas as well. And I would say in regards to rental in Stoke-on-Trent, we have what's known as an affordability index. So the ratio is quite high. So a lot of first-time buyers are struggling to get onto the housing ladder, hence why we have a strong rental market in Stoke-on-Trent.
Well, so you're in the Midlands, South Midlands. You've got is it South Midlands or North Midlands?
Well, it's West Midlands, really. It's classed.
Oh, West Midlands, okay. Yeah. So in the West Midlands, and so what are your typical prices of, let's say, a bread and butter investor property? Or
okay, so a terraced house, you could get one for as cheap as £60,000, even less if you want to.
60 grand.
Well, I've bought some for £28,000, added value to it, and it's just down the road from where one of my investment properties are. So you can get them for that, and you can refurbish them. Yeah, those prices are out there as well.
Wow, brilliant. So how long have you been in business? How long have you been doing it?
Right, started trading in 2008. I worked in the charitable sector as well as the housing sector, so I did a little bit of both in the open market and the charitable sector. And I've been doing that ever since. I specialized and went full-time in 2012, just sourcing properties for other investors. I've got my own portfolio as well. I come from the construction industry anyway, so I'm a joiner by trade. And then I progressed on to doing a degree in quantity surveying, building surveying, and finally I've got a master's in commercial property development. So I can look at commercial deals as well. So that's what I do.
Blimey, so you're quite knowledgeable as well. So you didn't start like that though, did you? You started off in the trades.
Yeah, I started off as a joiner. So, I worked for the council and then I did the biblical thing working with, I think there's a big company in Stoke-on-Trent called Stairbox. So if you're buying any stairs, they were the company that make all the stairs for all the building contractors. I subcontracted for quite a few years, worked in London and different areas, and then came back to Stoke because there was a need for housing. They've got all the regeneration started to come around. And then from there, they started to look for investment back in Stoke-on-Trent. So I came back and worked on refurbishing properties for investors. So we were doing 2-bedroom stuff, which is the bread and butter stuff, up to 3-bedroomed, up to commercial conversion, which we did a couple of years ago, which is 13 1-bedroom flats. So, that's the sort of stuff we do.
Right. So for an investor that might come and use your services, I get you sourcing the property, but would you then manage the refurb too, or do you expect them to, or how do you work? What would you do?
It's basically up to them, what their appetite is. If they want a fully managed refurb, then obviously we can discuss that as well. If they've got their own team, or if they want me to find a team in Stoke-on-Trent, I've got a team that I use, but if they've got people that they want to use, then we can manage the whole process as well. If they've got their own legals, we can work with them. If they haven't got their own legal team, we can also source that. So we can do a fully packaged sort of deal, basically. So, finding the property for you, going all the way to a turnkey solution at the end, if you so desire that.
Wow. So what's the avatar of your typical client, or who is your typical client that comes to you?
My typical clients are first-time buyers, say in the ranges of 30 to 45. You've got a bit of spare cash, been in industry for a while, they're looking to get out and to get into property investing. And they're just fed up. Some want to move on and grow a portfolio and get out of their full-time jobs, and I can help them to do that, and that's what we've done before. Or it can be people that just want to supplement their pension, so a little bit older, bit of spare cash, but they want to make that cash work a little bit harder. So rather than it sitting in the bank, we'd find an investment for them. There are plenty of good letting agents in Stoke-on-Trent as well, and we can also arrange for that to them, or we can manage that side for them as well. So we just look after the asset for them. I'm based in Stoke. I know Stoke very well. I know all the local trades. So it's a matter of just managing that asset and making sure that, I'm on the ground, so it's not going to be neglected, and I can always, help with any issues that people have as well.
Brilliant stuff. So lastly then, how do people get in touch with you?
Okay, I've got a website. It is Neville. Well, I'll give you the email address first. It's Neville at familiarhomespropertybuyers.co.uk. But the quickest way to look me up is to look up Neville Douglas on Facebook or on LinkedIn. Look for Neville Douglas again and PM me there, and I will get back to you.
Brilliant stuff. Well, that's Neville Douglas. He's been in property or doing property full-time, starting in 2008, went full-time in 2012. Sourcing deals, managing refurbs, getting new investors and existing investors into property. And if you're in Stoke or you want to invest in the Midlands or West Midlands, then pop up and see Neville and he'll help you out. Thanks a lot, Neville.
Mark, thank you very much for your time and for this opportunity to speak as well. Thank you.